ever hit the ball super late? You feel like you're eating it every single time you hit the ball too inside. If you stay tuned for this whole video, we will be going over tips and tricks to get the ball out in front and ensure you have proper contact. Hi everyone, my name is Tyler Strike. I am from Tennis with Tyler, and I work with over 120,000 followers on Instagram, and I work all over the mainline, Jersey Shore, and Florida area. And today, I am here to teach you where to make proper contact so we don't get the ball late. So, let's get into it. So, when I take the ball earlier, when I get the ball out front, where do you want to get the ball to start? Let's go over that first, right? Let's go over where do we want to make contact with the ball first. You want to make sure that you make contact out and in front and away from your body. Again, when I make contact, I want to make sure I make my forehand out and in front and away from my body. For the backhand, I want to make sure I make contact out and in front and away from my body. For the one-handed backhand, I'm making contact out and in front and away from my body. You never want to take the ball too close, and that's what we're going over. A lot of players, they hit the ball here and they're not out here. Once again, a lot of players, they hit the ball right here and they're not hitting the ball out here. So how do we do it? Number one, we know where we want to make contact. The second thing, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you take the ball earlier. Think, if the ball's coming and you wait for it, you're going to get super close. But if the ball's coming and you take it earlier, you're going to get it out in front. So tip number one is make sure you take the ball early, okay? Tip number two, make sure you take the racket all the way back. A lot of players, they don't take the racket back. And what I mean by that is the ball's coming, right? The ball's coming directly to me, and the racket's here for the forehand and they eat it, or the racket's here for the backhand and they eat it. They get it super close. Think, if I don't take my racket back all the way, while the ball is coming, I have to take my racket back, and then boom, I make contact super late. Same thing for the backhand. The ball's coming, my racket's right here. It's not taken back. The ball's going to come. I take the racket back, and then boom, I'm super late every single time. So if you don't take the racket back, or if you lack your take back and don't take it back all the way, you're going to get the ball super close. That's the reason why. So how do we ensure that we take the racket back properly every single time? Well, for the forehand, instead of taking your racket back with your dominant hand, you're going to push the racket back with your non-dominant hand. For the backhand, instead of just holding the racket back here, the general rule of thumb is you want your strings facing to the side. The tip of the racket is pointing backwards. So again, backhand is going to look like this. Forehand is going to look like this. My racket is already back, so when the ball is coming, now I'm able to make contact out in front. Well, Tyler, I take the racket back, I make contact, I know where contact is, and I still get that ball super inside. Well, a lot of players, they take the racket back, but they take the racket back at the wrong time. If the ball's coming, and I wait to take the racket back, right? So the ball's coming, I wait to take the racket back, and now the ball is super close. Instead of doing that, you want to take your racket back, then move to the ball, and now you're going to be able to get the ball out in front. Let me say that one more time, because this is one of the biggest things that players do wrong. Players wait to take their racket back. They move to the ball, they're taking their racket back after they move to the ball while the ball's already coming to them, and then they're taking the racket back, and then boom, it's super late. Instead, you want to make sure your racket's already back, then you move to the ball, and now look, the ball's coming, your racket's already back. Now you can make contact out in front. So think, you are not allowed to move until you take the racket back. I will say that one more time. You are not allowed to move until you take the racket back. Think of yourself like a car. You can't put your car in, if you step on the gas and you're in neutral, you're not going anywhere. Same thing with your tennis. You cannot go anywhere until you take the racket back. Once you take the racket back, now you can move to the ball, and now you can get your contact out in front. So take the racket back and move. Don't move and then take the racket back. If you're rallying with somebody, and check out the pose, they're rallying someone next to the ball, they're already with their racket back. Now, so what did we go over so far? We worked on what? Taking the racket back, we're taking the racket all the way back, we're making sure we get that contact out in front, we're hitting the ball early. Now the last tip, okay, if you're getting the ball too inside, a lot of players, they might make contact out in front, but they're too close to this way. They're like super close to the ball. What I want you to do is I want you to distance from your racket. If a lot of players, when they take the racket back, they take the racket back close to their body. When you take the racket back close to your body, now you're making contact close to your body. Instead of taking the racket close to your body, all you're going to do is take your racket away from the body. You're going to socially distance yourself. You're going to pretend your racket smells like absolute gym clothes, and you're going to make sure you distance yourself from the racket. So now you can make contact out in front. Same thing for the backhand as well. So here we are. Look, a lot of players, what they do is they take the racket back super close to their body, and then again, look, my contact's super close. You want to take the racket back away from the body. Now, I'm a Phillies fan. Phillies lost in the World Series to the Astros. That's okay. But you don't want to be like your Bryce Harper. You don't want to have your elbow up like you're batting. And I'm going to put a link in the description of me playing baseball for Self Magazine, or I taught baseball players how to play tennis, and the baseball players taught me how to play baseball. You can see me missing some foul balls. I was absolutely horrible. Well, I'll put the link in the description for that as well if you want to see me fail at that. But again, when you take the racket back, you're not being super close to your body. You are being away from your body, elbows up, having some space like you're hugging a tree, right? You want to think that you're hugging a tree. You want to have all that space here, leave room for the Holy Ghost, so then you can make that contact more away from your body. So again, just to conceptualize it with you guys, is there's two things for proper contact, or how not to get the ball late. If you want to get the ball properly, you need to make sure you get the ball out in front, but not only out in front, but away from your body as well. The last thing that I'm going to tell you, okay, this is an absolute gem. Are you guys ready for a gem? If so, let me know in the comments below. Here we are. Your non-dominant hand is your guide. It's your GPS to the ball. Wherever you can point your non-dominant hand to, that's going to be exactly where you want to make contact with the ball. A lot of players, oh, Tyler, I can't make contact with the ball. I'm getting it super late and getting it super close because you don't use your non-dominant hand. You're swinging like this. You're going like this. Like this. Or for your backhand. Okay, for your backhand, you can't use your non-dominant hand. You're going to use your feet, but we're not going to get into that. But again, they're going like this when they hit. If I can get that non-dominant hand out to the ball, that's exactly where I want to make contact with the ball. If I don't have my non-dominant hand, I'm going to be getting the ball super close. So if you guys can use all these tips and all these tricks, you guys will be able to not get the ball super close. You guys will be able to have way better contact and win way more points. Now, if this video helped you, if it hurt you, if you guys absolutely hated this video, please let me know in the comments below. Make sure to click the link in the description, see me play baseball. Make sure to download my Instantly Improve My Serve ebook, Instantly Improve My Forehand, and follow me on Instagram, Tennis with Tyler, and I'll see you guys next time on court. Have a good one, happy hitting, and I'll see you next time.